For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Salsals and family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video I want to go over the new 95 overall MCS players that dropped into the game today. We'll talk about how some of you guys can get them for free and how most of us, including myself, was able to get one of them for cheap. Now before we get into this one, if you are watching this and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, all I gotta say to you is,
why are you the way that you are?
But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into this video, boys. We will have a giveaway at the end of this one, so stay tuned to the end if you want to maybe win some coins or training. But what I want to do right here is show you guys how to earn these 95 overall cards for free, and the way you get these players is hopping into the MCS solo challenges or the Madden Club Championship solos and knocking these out until you get up to 170 stars. Now, to get up to 170 stars, you will have to have played these solos earlier in the year. These are kind of like the Team of the Week limited time solos. As the year progressed, new solos were released into here, allowing you to get more and more stars. So if you stayed up to date with these, you will be able to get that free player. But if you're like me and you were too lazy and didn't stay up to date, I'll show you guys how you can get these cards for cheap. But let me quickly go over how you actually claim the free player once you get up to 170 stars. So yeah, as you can see, at 170 stars, you are going to be getting the MCC Finals token, and with that token, we're hopping into the sets and we are going into the Madden Club Championship set, and that's going to be the final token you guys need to put in to get your 95 overall player. Now, this is a 95 overall fantasy pack. We'll actually overview the cards in just a second, but this is the set you guys are going to go to. You'll be adding in the final token right here. As you've played through the other solos, you should have earned these other tokens as well, and that's going to allow you to get that free 95 overall. Now, when it comes to these 95s, there is 95 overall Kyler, Larry Fitzgerald, Chandler Jones, and Patrick Peterson. Now, a couple of the cards in here are actually really good. Let's overview the stats on the players right here, and we'll start it off with Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray is going to bring you 93 speed and 94 throw power. In my opinion, those are probably the most important stats on a QB. He is a scrambler archetype, so he's not going to be able to get you gunslinger for cheap. You can use escape artist on the card, and he's kind of like Michael Vick in that sense, a little bit slower and a little worse throw power. He also has 90 throw under pressure, which is not ideal. Those pressure and accurate passes, as Throne always says, are incredibly annoying, so we do want to mitigate those by having a higher throw under pressure. The card is solid. I don't think he's really all that special though. Now, moving on to the next card, we have 95 overall Larry Fitzgerald, and Larry Fitzgerald only has 92 speed. That is just too low in my opinion. Yeah, of course, Larry is an absolute legend with great hands. He's got 95 catching, 95 CIT. The route running is solid, like low 90s for most of them, but the speed is really what doesn't make me love this card. At only a 92, he's really not that usable, kind of comparable to Andre Johnson. I definitely wouldn't recommend you guys pick this card if you do end up getting that free fantasy pack, and I don't really think there's that much of a reason to get this card on your team unless you do have a Cardinals theme team. Now, moving on to the final two cards right here, we're saving the best for last, and that is going to include 95 overall Chandler Jones with 83 speed, 89 excel, 97 power move, 94 finesse move, and 88 block shed. This card is a pass rushing demon. I really wish they gave him better speed though. Only 83 speed. I wish it was better for an outside linebacker coming off the edge. His pass rushing moves are awesome. The play wreck, the tackle, that is sick. I wish the shed was a little bit higher as well. The card is nice. If you really need a pass rusher, he is going to be a really good option for you from the free player, but I don't think he's the best card that came out. Now, in my opinion, the best card that came out, and someone that all you guys should be looking to add to your team, is 95 overall Patrick Peterson. Now, Patrick Peterson has 94 speed, 94 excel, 95 man, 92 press, 92 play rec, 93 zone, 95 jumping, and 94 agility. So the physical stats are awesome. The coverage stats are even better. This card is basically the perfect corner. I wish he had a little bit more speed. Maybe 95 speed would be awesome, but I can't really complain about 94, especially for a free card. Like, a lot of you guys can be getting this card for free if you did those solos throughout the year, but at the end of the video here, I want to talk about how you guys can get these cards for cheap, because I actually was able to utilize this method card to get Patrick Peterson for a much cheaper cost than he really would be going for if he was on the market. So as you guys will see right here, when we go on over to cornerback, and really what you can do with any of these cards is instead of actually putting in the 95 overall version of the card, you can put in training points. And it's going to cost you 20,000 training to get this card and get him up to his highest version. As you guys can see, Patrick Peterson right here is 20,000 to get up to a 96, which is really good value for a 96 overall. When we take a look at the training market right now, getting up to 20,000 training is really just going to require you to pick up a 94 overall flashback. Those new flashbacks are selling for like 130k, and that's going to get you enough training to get this card all the way up from his, I believe, harvest card to the full edition player. So 130k for a really good card that's a 95, yeah, that's a good deal. Compare that to the playoff cards. Those cards are selling for around 200 to 250, so we're getting a really good deal. And all you have to do to pick up any of these cards on your team is utilize the training bypass. Let's take a look at the stats on this Patrick Peterson when he's powered up, has sprinter, has balanced defense on him, and he's going to be up to 97 speed, 97 excel, 98 man, 96 play rec, 95 press. This card is really incredible, guys. I would say that a lot of you guys should be looking to pick him up. And when I say pretty cheap, I mean in comparison to other 95s, this card isn't really going for a crazy amount. And you guys could do the exact same thing with all these other players. Any of these other cards can utilize training in a bypass. So Kyler Murray, we could pick up his power up and do that. Chandler Jones, we could pick up his power up and do that. Let's take a look at Chandler right here. Chandler Jones, I believe these power ups aren't really going for a crazy amount. Yeah, Chandler Jones only at 2,000 coins. I would expect Kyler Murray's up a little bit. I know Patrick Peterson, I think his 92 did go up quite a bit, but that's not really something I can nitpick about because the power up's at 18k. You could easily use a pass on this 82 overall card, and then I believe his 92 is going to be a little bit more expensive at about 175, but you guys can probably look into methods to get that card for cheaper, maybe completing one of those harvest sets and just getting this card back as a nat, or actually doing the sets for one of these 92s. These are definitely a couple of options. I'm definitely going to be looking in here and maybe trying to acquire some of these cards for cheap. But yeah, that is basically going to do it for me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys are in a position to do these solo challenges, you definitely got to do them. We went over the best player you should pick. That's Patrick Peterson, Chandler Jones at the 2 spot. And then I went over how you guys can actually get these cards, even if you don't do the solos, without really spending a ton. Now, at the end of the video here, what I want to do is give away a 94 overall flashback player so that one of you guys can basically get this card for free. Again, you're going to have all the training points needed to get him upgraded. So we'll give away one of these 94 overall flashback players. All you got to do is comment which one of these Madden Club Championship players you want. So comment Patrick Peterson, comment Chandler Jones, whichever one you want, comment it in the comment section, include your social media, and what I'll do is buy one of these cards for you, whether it's on Xbox or on PS4. We've got a plug on Xbox, no big deal, and I'll trade this card over so you can get the training points required to upgrade that card. So again, comment the player you want, include your social media, or really any way I can reach you in that comment. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.
So out.